I'm Abbey.
And I'm Lenka.
And we're Lights Camera English.
And today we're at Stahovské divadlo, where Abbey happens to work tonight.
That's right. So Lenka's going to tell you all about what happens here, and I'm going to tell you all about what happens out there on stage.
Lenka, thank you so much for coming to my show last night.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. It was great. It was a great show.
Good.
And then, of course, going to Stahovské divadlo is always special because it is just amazing.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. What do you call it in English?
The Estates Theatre.
Estates Theatre, right. And it's so beautiful, and it makes every performance special. When you enter the foyer and you see how beautiful it is, with all these decorations and the beautiful lamps and all that gold, you feel like back in the 18th century, feeling very special, being able to go to the theater.
That's true.
And even the box office is beautiful. But actually, there is something I wanted to ask you, because we all know what it is like when we go to the theater to see the show. Like, you enter, then the usher has a look at your ticket and they tell you whether you're supposed to go upstairs or downstairs, depending on where your seat is. When it's downstairs, it's in the auditorium, or you can go upstairs and sit in one of these beautiful balconies.
Yes.
Very special in Stahovské divadlo. And then you go to the coat check, and then there is another usher that tells you left or right and ushers you actually into the auditorium. And I think that my seat yesterday was in the 5th row. I think it was the closest I was to the stage ever.
Yeah.
I almost felt that I could have touched you.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't. That might have put me off.
Well, that's exactly my question. You know, we sit there in the auditorium waiting for the curtain to open. But I was always wondering, what's going on backstage? What do you do when we're waiting for you to arrive?
Right. Well, it's chaos backstage.
Oh, no way.
Yes. So we have a bit of a unique experience with Stahovské divadlo because we are not a resident theatre company. We don't rehearse there. It's not our theatre, but we get to perform there. So we actually rehearse somewhere else. And then we only get to rehearse in this space the day of the show.
Ooh.
From 2 p.m.
Oh, my.
Yes, so we arrive at 2 p.m, we go to the stage, and everyone's quiet, and the stage manager is in charge. And we basically have a tech rehearsal.
What does that mean? Basically,
it's the technician, the technical people who are fixing the lights and arranging the lights. They get to see the shape of the play. So we don't rehearse it, we just walk through our movements. And then they say, hold, and we stay there. And they make the lighting just right. Okay, carry on. Okay, hold. So we go through the whole play like that, but not with the lines, just the movements. And that takes quite a long time. There's a lot of lights, a lot of people to light on stage. And we test any microphones, all the technical things have to be checked, basically. And during that, we will also do a fight call. So if there's any big activity, any fighting with weapons, or even just fist fights, that has to be rehearsed in the space.
It's dangerous.
Exactly, because it's dangerous. But you usually don't get anything more than that. And we usually don't even finish the tech rehearsal. And at 6 p.m, we have to leave the stage.
Oh, because people are coming.
People will start to come in soon. So all the actors go upstairs to the dressing rooms, and we have those mirrors that are surrounded by lights. I'd always wanted those as a child. And we get ourselves ready. There is a makeup and hair person, but me personally, I prefer to do my own because then I have control of my time. If I'm sitting in the makeup chair, I could be there for the full hour and then get stressed because I really need time to settle and focus and get into character and know what I'm doing. But everybody responds differently to this last hour before we go on. Some people are jumping up and down, trying to get rid of all their extra energy. Some people are chatting as if nothing's about to happen. Some people are doing vocal exercises, warming up the body.
What do you do?
I do a little bit of everything. I get into my costume, get ready first. Everything's ready. And then I will do some vocal exercises. And then just keep my breath steady. Because you know with nerves, your breath can get a bit... So it's important to keep your breath steady. And I'm always nervous. And they say, you know, if you're not nervous, you don't care.
Right, right.
So we all care. We love this. And you feel very much like a team, but you're all still in your own space. But we go around just before we go downstairs and wish each other. We can't say good luck in the theatre.
Right.
So
you cannot say good luck. So
no.
you say break a leg.
Well, you would say that to me.
I would.
But thank you. But backstage we tend to say have a good show, have fun, or see you out there.
So you actually do not use break a leg.
Not really.
Huh.
It wouldn't be wrong, but we just don't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about the last moments? You're sitting in the auditorium and the lights dim, and what are you doing at that moment?
Well, hopefully the stage manager has announced through the tannoy that we should be in our places. And we come downstairs, and it's quite interesting. We all get into the wings backstage, and you actually hear the audience quieten before we've given any indication that we're about to start.
Kind of a connection.
Yes, it's like they can feel our energy, which it's so magical. It's like magic before the show even starts. And then the curtain will come up and the actors will take their places and perform the play. And then when you're backstage, you know, if you're not on in the first scene, you have to listen for your cue very carefully. They have monitors so you can watch
what's going on stage.
Yes, because it's so deep, you can't actually see very well, so you have to watch the monitor. But for me, one of my big things is my nervous thing is that I'm somehow convinced that I will forget my lines. Even though I know them so well, I will still think I'm going to forget them. So the thing that keeps me calm while I'm waiting for my cue is to just go over and over and over just my first line. Because I believe
if you know the first line.
Yes, I can do the play. Because I get on and I land in my space and I just know what I'm doing. So I just go over and over and over and I make my entrance and we do the play. And it's magical. All that energy that you had before, all this nervousness, it just goes. And there's this beautiful space that we live in. It's quite interesting, actually. And then before you know it, it's the end of the play, and you're trying to remember what they told you in the tech rehearsal about where to stand to take your bow. And as you know, a curtain call is one of my happiest moments, right. When the audience is applauding.
Yeah, well, actually, it's one of the happiest moments for the audience as well.
Aww.
And I'm looking forward to enjoying it one more time, again, with you on stage. Because next time I see you, I'll be not only just a member of the audience, but someone who knows what's going on backstage.
Yes. The chaos.